MEC Abraham Vosloo has tabled the final budget for the 6th administration. Education and health have received a chunk of the budget, with education being allocated 25.3 billion and health being allocated 20 billion rand. But right now I am joined by the MEC himself just to speak to us about this budget, which he says was a hard one when we look at the budget cuts. MEC, thank you so much for joining us. Let's speak about this budget. How hard was it to put together?
Neria, thank you so much for the opportunity, and viewers of SABC. No, it has been a hard act, understanding the context that as the 6th administration, we have endured cuts to the tune of almost 7 billion rand over our term. When we came into office, we started with 5.2 billion rand, and also in particular during the COVID pandemic period, and now 1.6 billion rand over the MTF 2024 period. You'll understand the hard choices that we had to make, the competing priorities that is at play in such a situation. But given our apex priorities that we have outlined as the 6th administration, when we got into office, education and health, over this period, we have always moved between 72 to 75% for the social sector departments, education, health, and social development. This time is no different. 75% of our budget is allocated to those three departments. In that understanding, is that understanding that actually moved us to move in this direction.
And the concerns that you raised about municipalities, especially when they have to do their own statements, Treasury is not happy. You even said you will be assisting municipalities. Let's talk more about that.
Not only will we be assisting, we have been doing it. We have actually developed a organogram that is responsive to the challenges of municipalities. And to that effect, we have actually started to advertise and fill those positions that, in terms of the organogram that we have established, with warm bodies, making sure that we have people with the requisite qualifications, the requisite skill, and the requisite experience to serve into those positions. And up until now, out of the 72 positions, we have already filled about 53 of those positions. Others are in the process of being filled. So we are serious to provide hands-on support in the different districts to the municipalities, where we will be just one phone call away and make the necessary arrangements with the regional director, making sure there will be people with the requisite qualifications in the field of asset management, supply chain management, financial statements. We do that to empower municipalities and also do away with the high amount and the high cost of consultants that they are relying on. And it's not always that consultants are in a position to actually give us a good return in terms of investment. And that is why we have actually taken that route as a provincial government. We do this in the understanding that we want to change the picture at local government level for the better.
And we cannot forget unemployment. Of course, you mentioned it, and you did say that infrastructure will help boost unemployment in the province and the economy at large. Let's talk about it. Treasury, how are you planning to put money aside to help in youth empowerment programs? You spoke about one that is in the Premier's office. Let's speak more on that.
Thanks again for that opportunity. I think we realize that through infrastructure development, we'll be in a position to grow the economy. And that has been our stance when we came into office in 2019. And throughout our entire term, we have been focusing on that, because there's even been quarters, as we speak now, unemployment rate stands at 26.9%. There's been quarters in the previous financial year, or even in this current financial year, where we outperform all other provinces, even the Western Cape. For now, we are the second lowest in terms of unemployment rate. But we recognize and we agree that it's still too high. So in that regard, we have actually began to roll out what we call infrastructure projects. And the project that you are referring to of catalytic projects that we have been working on for the last 5 years is in relation to the Bochubai a hydrogen cluster development, which will be to the tune of about 600 billion rand just for phase 1. SEZ, which is we await the final proclamation around that. And as soon as we are able to ignite that, there's already 29.3 billion rand that is available in terms and committed in terms of investment for that project.